In recent years, SEGA has been reviving its dormant franchises. They're handling some of this internally, but they're also partnering with smaller studios around the globe to bring these games to market. Chief among these new partners is Lizardcube, a French team known for their incredible hand-drawn art. They've already remade Sega classic Wonder Boy in the Dragon's Trap and took ownership of the entirely new entry in Sega's seminal beat-em-up series, Streets of Rage 4. Sega has approached them again to handle a cherished franchise that hasn't seen a new entry in 14 years. It might surprise some to know that the Shinobi series actually predates the Sonic the Hedgehog games by about 3 years. It came from the ninja fever of the late 80s that also spawned Ninja Gaiden, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Three Ninjas, Surf Ninjas, and countless others. Over the last 38 or so years, the Shinobi games have been Sega, Sony, and Nintendo exclusives at times. But the new title, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, brings the series to all modern gaming platforms. It serves as a direct sequel to the original Sega Genesis trilogy that many fans consider to be the best games with the Shinobi name attached. Joe Musashi and the Oboro clan are back, this time taking on the villainous Lord Ruse, who has thrown the very cycle of life and death out of order. Joe must team up with some unlikely allies in order to stop Ruse and his minions before they can ruin everything. Immediately noticeable is the incredible art and animation. Lizardcube is known for this, and still somehow they've outdone themselves here. Joe himself looks like an ukiyo-e painting come to life, and the level of detail in the many overlapping background layers is absolutely gorgeous. Each environment feels radically different from the last. The player's path through Art of Vengeance is largely non-linear. Levels are unveiled in groups that the player can take in the order that they decide. Oboro clan emblems can be collected in each level and redeemed in the game's shop to expand the list of purchasable items, which includes permanent extensions to the health bar and ammo capacity, new melee attacks, and Nimpo magic. More on that later. The ghostly pig shopkeeper himself is a loving reference to Wonder Boy and Lizardcube's first collaboration with Sega. At first blush, combat seems largely unchanged from the original Genesis games. Katana and kunai attacks make up the lion's share of most fights. Powerful ninjutsu return as well and are usable when the player's rage meter fills up. Art of Vengeance evolves this gameplay a little bit further by giving some enemies shields that must be broken before their health can be attacked. Joe can use heavy attacks or certain Nimpo to break through. Nimpo serve as skills that bridge the gap between normal attacks and the rage meter ninjutsu. They can be found throughout the game but also bought from the store like I mentioned earlier. There are different elemental and even shuriken-based variety. Joe has to leverage his full arsenal to take out some of the more elite enemies and bosses. He very much stands his ground in hand-to-hand skirmishes, but Joe can also dash and dodge roll. Dashing has more use in platforming, but the dodge roll can be used to chain together attacks and protect the player at the same time. This game also brings back a form of the Tate system from Shinobi 2002. All enemies can be staggered and executed. If the player manages to stagger more than one enemy, they can all be executed simultaneously at the push of a button. It's very satisfying to pull off. Considering most of the Shinobi catalog isn't on modern platforms, it's hard to compare this game to previous entries. It's also hard to play this game in a vacuum. The Game Kitchen recently crafted a fantastic new entry in the Ninja Gaiden series, and when comparing these two games, it's hard not to see their game Ragebound as the superior title. That said, Art of Vengeance is no slouch. Taking classic ideas like the Tate system and ninjutsu, and marrying them with new evolutions to gameplay like shields, ninpo, and the dodge roll, Lizardcube has given new life to the Shinobi series, and now it's Sega's turn to keep that fire alive. Whether that means leaving it in Lizardcube's capable hands or making their own entry in the series, it's clear that Sega and the Oboro clan still have much more work to do. Thanks for watching. If you're curious about Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, check out my review right here. I will also be covering Ninja Gaiden 4 in October, so subscribe to Hekaton today to make sure you don't miss it.